Okay, so we're going to try that again. Thank you very much to Susan, who was the first to tell me that there was no sound. So hopefully there is sound this time. Please let me know. And if not, oh, that's mirrored. Perhaps you can see that, perhaps you can't. Hello, and thank you for joining me. I've had a pretty exciting week. I was in the paper. Ta-da! Isn't that exciting? I actually didn't even know that I was going to be in the paper. It was only a friend of mine from yoga who'd spotted me and recognised me from the article, and that was fantastic. And she had she found it as well, which was brilliant. So she cut that out for me. Kind of exciting. So today we're going to continue on with the reading that we started last Saturday. We are going to announce the winner of the like and share competition that's been going on all of this month from the 1st right up until today. This is the last chance, so if you still want to get in there, go back through all my posts. Susan's here again. Hi Susan, hopefully you can hear me this time. So go back through my posts. If you haven't, like and share, and get in there, and you could be in with the chance of winning one of the rare editor's proof copies of my book. So go ahead and do that. We are now coming into the very last few days of the Kickstarter campaign, which is exciting. We've done really well so far. Just the final push now at the end to raise my target and get that book into publication, into print, which would be really awesome. If you haven't already done it yet, you can pre-order your copy of the book via Kickstarter. It's dead easy. Just go to kickstarter.com and search for When the Mask Falls. When it comes up, you want to click back this project, then choose whatever thing you want, just like a shop, scroll up and down, see what you fancy, and then tick it. Then you continue on, put your email address in, then you put your credit card details in, and then you're done. You'll get an email to confirm if that's worked for you or not. Who else is here? Hi Elaine. Hi Elaine. So it's just as simple as that. And you'll get yourself an advanced copy of the book in paperback or hardback. Hardbacks are limited edition. There will be no more than 300 of those ever. So if you're looking for something collectible, look for the hardbacks. But the paperbacks are great, and they are well in advance. At the moment there's no plans for it to be on Amazon, and if there are, it will be late spring, early summer. So you're going to have it well in advance for everybody else. So currently that's the only place to go and get it. But anyway, that's the plug over. So let's go on with the book. So last Saturday we started reading chapter 2. We met Alice for the first time, and we followed her into a bar where she met a stranger. We don't know very much about him. But we're going to find out some more about him today. So let me just find my wee spot here. Okay, so if you're ready. The barman had rematerialized and was waiting for me, wearing his ridiculous grin. Can I get you another? I opened my mouth to say no thanks, but a deep male voice answered for me. Yes, and a pint of Stella. I glanced round in the direction of the unsolicited voice. It belonged to the stranger who had been sitting 6 doors away, but who was now perching on the stool right next to mine. The barman delivered our drinks and scampered quickly, leaving me alone, in silence, with the stranger. My freeze-or-flight instincts argued amongst themselves as I flailed pathetically in this unfamiliar territory. I should probably have to, get home, maybe. I saw you looking at me. My hands started shaking in my handbag as I felt around for my keys. They were there a minute ago. Shit, where were they? I'm sorry, I didn't. Where are those damn keys? I'm Johnny. Oh no, he wants to know my name. Just go. Forget the keys. It's only a couple of hours' walk from home from here. The silence was painful. Do something. Alice is looking right at you. He'll think you're crazy. I'm Susanna. My hand stilled in the bottom of my handbag for an awkward moment, mid-search. What happened? Who said that? Who the hell is Susanna? Jesus, Alice, that drink has really gone to your head. What the hell were you thinking? Nice to meet you, Susanna. The stranger Johnny was an unremarkable man to look at. He was tall, maybe 6 foot or thereabouts, and had a stocky build. His narrow blue eyes told a story of their own, and they made him look weary and jaded. He had just the right amount of stubble, though, and light brown, not too short hair. Stood up, were you? He quizzed. Oh, no, I'm not meeting anyone, actually. I have to. Not married? Why would he think that? I ran my fingers over my hand that had now long abandoned its mission of finding my keys. No wedding ring, and then I remembered leaving it by the sink when I was washing the dishes. No. Yes, actually, you're married, Brain interjected. For 21 years. You? No. Girlfriend? What are you asking him that for? No, just me, all alone. Oh. No, not or. My mouth suddenly had its own agenda. I took a gulp from my second rum and Diet Coke. So what are you doing here, he said. I don't know, actually. At least that part was true. He sniggered. Fair enough. What about your job? What do you do? He said. I swallowed hard. What the hell was I doing? This was crazy. Not much. Just a boring shoe shop assistant. But actually, I thought that would be a girl's idea of heaven, working in a shoe shop. He smiled warmly, and boy, what a smile it was. The harsh look he had started with simply just melted away as his smile stretched from ear to ear, forcing every other muscle in his face to look just as happy as his mouth did, including the cute dimple that just appeared in his right cheek. Its persuasive powers were not limited to his own face, and I found myself relaxing and smiling right back at him. What about you? I work in security. Oh, he's right, he laughed. Sorry, I didn't mean. Security is the one job guaranteed to bring an end to perfectly fine conversation, trumped only by insurance or accountancy. My hand briefly touched my lips as I giggled. That's it, no more alcohol for me. The last time I'd giggled like that, I think I was in high school and was being chatted up by Darren Ringwood. Burglar alarms and stuff, I asked. Something like that. Well, I suppose someone has to do it. That's true. He smiled again. Oh, that dimple. I wish you would stop doing that. You have a nice smile, I said. That's it, mouth, you are properly fired. So do you. I could look at it all night. Another drink? No, I've still got this one, I said, looking down at my empty glass. Jesus, where did that go? Oh well, I'm getting a taxi home now anyway. Why not? He beckoned the barman with 2 fingers, who swiftly obliged us with another round of drinks, my third. This was an unprecedented amount of alcohol for me in one night, but I was starting to enjoy my illicit and spontaneous meeting with Johnny, and contrary to my initial assessment, he was coming off more and more sweet and lovable as the evening went on, and less predatory. Maybe it was that slight hint of a Welsh accent that he had, or maybe it was just the rum. He gazed intently, his infectious smile never once faltering, while I told him all about the shoes and the occasional insane customers that thought they could squeeze their giant feet into delicate size 5 shoe. Not sure how much he was really listening, but he gave a good impression and laughed in all the right places, so that was pretty encouraging. So where are you from? You didn't grow up round here, I said. Oh no, I grew up in Newport, but my mum is from London. Guess I kept her accent. So what kinds of things does a guy in security actually do? Oh, I hate to talk about it. It's so boring, and I wouldn't want to risk having you slip into a coma, but I can show you how to defend yourself using only your thumbs. I held my hands out and looked puzzled at my innocent but apparently deadly thumbs. They certainly didn't look like they should be tucked into an assassin's toolbox, but I'm pretty sure Bruce Willis would have much rather used a gun in Die Hard, but still, handy to know, I guess. These thumbs? Yes, here. He leant forward and took my hands in his gentle but strong hands. Pulses of electricity sparked and rippled down my arms and through my melting body. Oh my. He was looking straight at me, and like a stunned rabbit I was caught in the headlights, lost in those dreamy blue eyes. The phone in my handbag snapped me sharply out of my delightful trance and back to reality when it started playing the Crazy Frog song at full volume. My cheeks burned as I snatched it out of my bag, urgently hitting the answer to bring a welcome end to the embarrassment. Crazy Frog was a dare from Sarah that I had never got around to deleting. I made a mental note to do it straight after this. The caller ID informed me that Sarah was calling. Hello? Mum, you need to come and get me now. Stacey is such a bitch. I'm never talking to her again. Okay, no problem. I'll be there in a bit. I reluctantly dropped the phone back into my bag, and my heart sank. That was the end of my night of fun. Familiarville called, and reality was missing its slave. I'm sorry, I have to go. Everything okay, he said. Undoubtedly, but duty calls, and when duty calls, I come running, he finished. Sorry, I said, trying not to look too drunk, as I slithered off the bar stool, my hand firmly gripping the edge of the bar. Thanks for the drinks. It was really nice meeting you. You too, he smiled again. I couldn't help that smile back, as I carefully reached for the door. Just 1 foot at a tipsy time. Any slip up now could bring the end of what little dignity that damn frog had left me with. Relieved to have made it to the door, I rested my hand on the handle for a second. The handle brought a certain sense of security, and I enjoyed it briefly before I reluctantly yanked the door open. Wait! I spun round to see Johnny bouncing straight for me. He placed the cardboard coaster my drink had rested on in my free hand and smiled. his wonderful smile, before blushing and turning back to his stool. The fresh, oh, who am I kidding? The bloody freezing November air hit me like a slap to the face as I stepped outside, bringing with it a slight sense of sobriety and a huge sense of guilt. Thankfully, though, not enough sobriety to convince me to drive my own car, and I made my way over to a taxi rank at the end of the road, hopped straight into a waiting cab, and gave the driver Stacey's address. The cab was warm, thank God, and I cozied up in the back as the driver pulled into the late evening traffic. I was still clutching the illicit beer mat when I pulled on my seatbelt. There was just enough light in the back of the car to take a proper look at it. Johnny had written a mobile phone number on the back, and the words, "Call me if you like, Johnny." Ugh, I do like, but Johnny, even though I may or may not have accidentally led you on a bit tonight, you will not be seeing this married woman again, sorry. And I tucked the coaster into the very bottom of my handbag, just in time for Sarah to bounce into the back of the cab. Tears flowed as she fired incomprehensible teenage babble at me. Not being proficient in this new language of the damned, I missed almost every word, but still, a mother has a job to do, and I put my arm round her shoulders and listened to her drivel all the way home. Thankfully, once on her drive, her phone found our Wi-Fi, and she continued her ranting on Facebook. Shutting the door behind me, I slipped out of my heavy winter coat and dropped my handbag by the front door. "Where have you been?" The voice was coming from the front room and belonged to my husband. Michael, aka Mr. Mundane, had made it home and was sitting in his chair in front of the telly with his dark charcoal grey trousers, lacklustre white shirt and a safe grey silk tie, loosened and hanging across his chest like a saggy noose. "I was at Jackie's," I lied. "Oh, right, I was worried. Sorry, it was last minute." Change the subject. Lying definitely not your strongest talent. "Did you find your tea okay?" "Yes, I did, but I got something at work." "Where's Ben?" "At Steve's." Mr. Mundane nodded and turned back to the tally. I took my leave and went upstairs. It was getting late, so I filled the bath and lay back in the foamy lavender-scented water and dreamt of Johnny, aka Mr. Dimple. So I think we will just leave it there, and if you want to read any more of that, then you'll just have to go to Kickstarter and buy one. So that's the last of the readings. Who else has come here? Jen's here. Hi, Jen. Thank you for recommending the book, Jen. And Pamela's here as well. Hi, Pamela. So what do we have left to do? We have to draw the competition winner. So let's have a look on here. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a random number generator. I'm just trying to get my computer to start. It's gone to sleep. Let's put the password in like this. Here we go. Okay, so I went through all the posts earlier. 26 posts had the hashtag when the mask falls. So those are the ones that are eligible. So we will start off by randomly drawing one of those posts. So Chris is here. He's going to do that for me. Hi, Matthew. Thank you for coming. Out of 26 posts, our random number generator says post. Which is the winner post?
The number is 15. Number
15. Excellent. Let's find number 15. Just searching through the computer to find number 15. Rolling all the way down. All the way down. And number 15 is... Okay, number 15 is the post where I'm holding up the picture frame, which has got the artwork for the book and me sitting there posing like an Egypt. So, okay, 19 shares. So 19 people shared this post. So we're going to use the number generator to tell us which lucky person out of 19 is our winner. Chris?
Okay, and the number for this one is 10.
Number 10.
10 it is.
Let's have a look here. Oh, can you see that? Number 10. It's back to front, but it's number 10. And let's go down and see who's number 10. Oh, hang on. I'm not very good at these computers. Right, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just missing out there, Pamela, sorry. Number 10. Right, so number 10 is Michelle Manwaring. Well done, Michelle. Thank you for sharing that. Actually, I'm smiling because I do know Michelle. She runs a coffee shop just down the road, actually, from where we live. So she'll be very excited to know that she's won that prize. Michelle, if you're watching, then send me a wee PM and we'll organise getting the book over to you. Thank you to everybody else who has taken part in my likes and shares. You've made a huge difference to me already because so many people have got involved with my Kickstarter and so many people are talking about my book, and that's amazing. So just for that, thank you, and please keep sharing anyway. Kickstarter finishes on Friday. We're in our last few days, so if you have any intention of buying my book, then now is the time definitely to do it. So that's it. So that's awesome. I will see you during the week, I'm sure, with some updates on how the Kickstarter is going. We were at 53% last time I saw, and I'm expecting a wee what am I expecting at the end?
A little bit of a boost.
A bee boost right at the very end. So fingers crossed for that, and I'll speak to you all soon. Thank you. Bye.